Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Mike Greenhawk. So, jobs for today is I'm going to be changing this little beauty. So, it's obviously an older board, but the reason why we're changing it, there's a few reasons. We are putting new underfloor heating in. We're also messing about with all the lighting. It's non-RCD protected. Also, one of the biggest reasons why we're changing it, to be fair, is we are going to be doing an extension on this property next year. So with that in mind, there's a lot more circuits that need to go in. Also, there's potentially a home office here which is going to be built because, hence with COVID, a lot of people now are working from home, so you know, just making it all right and all ready. So other jobs to be done today is we've got the downlights to be wired up in there. We've got all the blue grit that needs to go on. We've got James today. We've got the downlights to be wired up into here. Also, we've got to scrape this ceiling back and blue grit all this. There's also the cabling for, there's two outside lights going to go on. So there's one sort of like the other side of here and one the other side of the door, because this door is going to be replaced. Not today, but it will be replaced. So like I say, if you haven't already subscribed, it's free. Smash the link in the corner. Helps the channel out, helps it keep growing. But yeah, so if you have subscribed, thanks mate, I appreciate it, and I shall catch you in a minute. Right, I thought I'd just show you this. Before I'm changing the board, I'm testing all the circuits, just so you know, just in case there's anything majorly wrong, I can, you know, do further investigation and all the rest of it. But what I found when I took the board cover off, this is the original test certificate for it, and it was just sitting in there like so. I dropped it, but you know what I mean. I thought that's quite cool. Not obviously it's a bad place to have it, but it's quite cool to have the original on there with all the circuit details and stuff on it. So I thought it was quite cool, just to reference and see what we've got compared to when it was installed. The other thing is that you've got that's been left like that. So you can see that massive hole. It's been left like that since the day it was installed. So it's a bit mad, really, isn't it? Like, and you can see it. Like I say, it's not. You take the board cover off, you can still see it. So it's a bit of a strange one. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you that. It does go to show how much things have improved since obviously when this was installed, which was what, 90 date tested. 3rd of March 1996. So yeah, a little while ago, but I say it just shows how important things are and how times have moved on, isn't it? So I've put the board on, I've done a full test on it. There's a couple of issues. There's no end-to-end on one of the ring mains and things like that, but I've had a few other bits and bobs to sort out. So I will dress all these in. I'll take all these off later on. I'll put bootlace ferrules on going forward, and just tidy these up here, because I don't really like it. I like everything as neat as it possibly can. The cables are quite short, so I've had to sort of manage where I'm putting things to make it work. I've got a massive void here, which, yes, I've got to fill it, but it's one of those fine lines, because we've got to come back and put, you know, new garage supply in, new home office, and then all the additional circuits. So it's one of those, isn't it? Like, do I fill that up now? Which I will, but ideally I don't want to do that, because I'm gonna have to then dig it all out to you know, to get my new cables in. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to show you what James has been up to as well. It's very dark now, time's getting on a bit. So James has been scraping all the ceiling, if you can see that. Yeah, so if you can, so he's been scraping all the Artex off and getting that back. I'm going to get some blue grit on here, but I'm just going to get the power back on. We've got the holes drilled out for the outside lights. There's actually another feed there for the doorbell, which we're actually going to then change that and put it, because the client's got a Ring doorbell system, so we're going to sort those out. We're having smart switches here, so we want to be able to control the hallway and the outside lights via the phone. So what we're going to do is this upstairs lights here, because I can get a 2-gang light switch, but he doesn't want the other one. So we're going to move this upstairs lighting circuit over onto this side. So it's then going to have the switch for that room and then the switch for the 2-way for the stairs. So I just thought I'd keep you updated on that. That's where we're at the minute. I'm just going to energise everything up, other than those circuits I've mentioned, and then for the rest of the day I'm going to spend it fault finding, I think. So, and then while I get James set up with a blue grit. Right, so one of the faults we've got is our end-to-end results for the ring main. It's actually faulty, so it's an open end circuit, which is, so on this one here, I know it's a ring because my end-to-end for my neutrals and my CPC is fine, but my end-to-end for the lives is not, which is at the minute is as it stands right now is 999. That's my previous reading at 999. So I know by looking at the house and find out where that is. That's the way they've wired this up originally, was left hand side of the house, right hand side of the house, including the kitchen, utility, that sort of thing. So on the right hand side of the house is, you've got like an office downstairs, lounge, the bedrooms upstairs, and there's the entrance hall. So what I'm going to do is going to go round now. I've got to take the socket fronts off and find likelihood is that we've got a loose connection, wires come out the back. It's generally where something's been altered, but that's my first port of call. So I'm going to go and have a little look round, take a few bits and bobs off, and then when I find it I'll catch up with you. Right, just took this front off here, and here she is. It looks like it's not really been ever connected properly anyway. This is like I say, it's a USB socket, so it's not your standard issue that's been put in here. Sleeving's put in together and they're probably twisted. The conductor's exposed a bit there, so I'll sort all that out, but this is what is just a common fault. I've took off another one, and to be fair, I'm happy if that is it, because I've got it fairly quickly. So I've took these two off. That's a spur off the ring here, but I don't know who's done this, but the installation is of a lower quality. I'll put a photo up so you can see it, but there's no grommets on this side and that side, so this is just another little job that I'll get James to sort out tomorrow or something like that, just to grommet it up. But obviously want to make sure I've got the ring sorted, so I'll sort this end out and then we'll go back to the tester and see what we've got. Right, I've just done that socket now. I actually, on a bit of a closer inspection, found that there was no grommet in that either. So that's what it is. Just, we're gonna have to have a little bit more of a look on all the backs of these sockets, I reckon. So yeah, so obviously before we had an open circuit there, so the connectors are still on as it was before, and now we have got a 0.59, which matches up to the neutrals and stuff, so happy days. Sorted that fault out, we can now move on to the next one, so happy days. It didn't take too long, but like I say, always go to the first ones where you think they've been modified, because it's normally it is there, so where you can find, you know, issues. Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of homeowners, they do, you know, a bit of DIY and stuff. I'm not saying that's happened here, but it is quite commonplace. So that's where I always go if, you know, if anyone's wondering. That's what the first ports of call are. Right, I've been around, torqued everything up to the correct torque settings. I use the wearer torque screwdriver. So just what it's always quite handy as a bit of a hint really, is always start with your highest number. So on here you've got 2.5 Newton meters. Work through those. So all the buzz bar connections are all 2.5. The SPD main switch all 2.5, and then it drops down to 1.2 on the top ends here, and these are 2 newtons across here. So what you should be able to do, because what I always do is I just nip them up first with my impact, which, yeah, I know some people are wincing at that, but it literally, I just do it till it's like an interference fit as such. So you must be able to, as you're tightening it, you must be able to actually tighten it a little bit more, because if you can't and just click straight at a time, it's already over tightened than what it needs to be. Now 1.2 newtons is not a great deal. I'm not, you know, that is really low. Most of the manufacturers are actually higher than that, but that's what it specifies and that's what it's been tested at, so you must do it at that. You do it any higher, then you're liable really for having that, you know, something wrong with that, because it can't be, you know, you're not torqued it to the manufacturer's settings. So it's just worth bearing in mind. Let's go and see what James has been up to, because I think he's making it a mess. Oh god, James, what have you done?
Oh dear,
you've made a mess. So like I say, what James is doing is scraping all the old Artex back, because we are going to skim over this ceiling. It is, see over there, you see that patch there? Sorry about the strobing, but obviously it's the downlights. That patch there is where they've had a water leak. I think the tank's actually directly above there. So that's where they've had a water leak before that was rectified, and obviously that's been covered over by all the Artex. So yeah, so we've got this one to do, which Steve scraped that off yesterday, and then it's all plastering and stuff, but a bit of a clean-up job, I reckon, James.
Yep.
Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, end of the day, right, board's on, bit of fault finding. Yes, I need to label it all up, and the blanks, yes, I will change those, but I haven't got any as a minute, as it stands right now, because you can get the blanks that look like blank MCBs, I suppose. So I will get some, but I just haven't got them right now. Right, so we've put the blue grit is all on the ceiling, so that's all sorted. Same with here. I've got Stevie with me back tomorrow to finish that lot off. I've got a few more channels to do, because like I say, we're going to move a few bits and bobs, like the light switching for upstairs, the two-way. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. If you haven't already, like I say, smash that subscribe button for me. Leave your comments below, and I shall see you tomorrow.